You put that much like craziness into anything, and some conspiracies are going to come out of it all.
Yeah, we generated our inner Hunter S. Thompson.
We sure did.
Take it by the scene. It's what we're doing. Come and check it out. It's what we're all about. 561 Music.
561 Music Festival
Brought to you by Stenger, Greene and Feiner.
at the Meyer Amphitheater.
May 3rd.
It's a free show.
20 bands,
2 stages,
art vendors,
food vendors,
drinks vendors.
There you go. Go to 561musicfestival.com for details.
20 bands will play West Palm Beach all day. Support your music scene. May the 3rd is free. 561 Music Festival.
Supported by Stenger, Greene and Feiner.
Welcome to 561 Music. My name's Ben.
And I'm Hector.
What's going on, Hector?
Nothing.
Here we are again.
Absolutely nothing.
In the blue chairs.
We are in the blue chairs.
In the corner of Studio A.
Sit up, man. We look like we're slouching.
I know. I have to sit up. There's if you're a regular viewer of the podcast, you'll notice that the episode before last, I was at an absurd angle. I'm so embarrassed about it, so I'm trying to fix that.
We drugged him up, and he just slouched in the chair.
Yeah.
Horse tranquilizers. It was fun. It's fine.
It was it was like the day we moved in, wasn't it? It was like, or the day before, the day after.
Literally the day after, yeah.
Yeah, I was just so tired. I could barely sit. It was crazy. You know you're tired when you can't even sit.
True story.
Yeah. So what we've been doing? So we've been packing in the episodes. We recorded a couple in a row here because why do we need to pack the episodes in, Hector?
Because there's a tiny little festival coming up called 561 Music Festival.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Meyer Amphitheater, May 3rd. Food vendors, art vendors, 20 bands?
Something like that.
20,
somewhere
20.2.
somewhere in the region.
No, it's 20 bands.
Yeah.
2 stages, food vendors, art vendors. Yeah,
I'm very stressed, Hector.
One very stressed Hector, yes.
Yeah.
But I'll get through it. I'll live.
Yeah,
I'll live. It's May 3rd. So May 4th, I will either be very happy or very dead. One of the two. But it is May 3rd. And it's actually part of a, I guess you want to call it
initiative. I don't know.
No, it's part of a whole music weekend.
Right. That's
Discover the Palm Beaches is.
I thought you were talking about Mosaic.
No, well, that too. We're part of Mosaic. We're the kickoff event for Mosaic for Cultural Council of Palm Beach County. Used to be Sunfest. Sunfest is no longer this year. So Baton got past us, I guess.
Yeah.
So that's fantastic. And then
there's a thing going called Vintage Vibes.
Right. Discover the Palm Beaches is doing a whole campaign around that entire weekend. They're doing Love the Palm Beaches, weekend of art and music, I believe they call it, or weekend of music and art. And so there is Clematis by Night on Thursday, City of West Palm Beach. There's our kickoff event at AAYC in downtown Delray Beach on Friday night. Then we have
Ike, as I like to call it.
Yeah. And then we have our festival on Saturday. And then right after the festival, we have the after party at O'Shea's in downtown West Palm Beach. And then
O'Shea's.
Yep. And then Sundays at Brewhouse Pub, Brewhouse Gallery in Lake Park, we have our singer-songwriter circle.
That's right.
Is that what we're calling it?
Singer-songwriter circle. Yeah.
So so it's a whole weekend of music, and 561 Music's 90% of it. So I'm pretty proud of that.
And actually, that's a good point. The songwriter circle on the Sunday, it's always just the best. We just did one last week, and I don't know how it never fails.
It is so stupid, man. Every time we've done this with the singer-songwriter thing. For those of you that haven't been to it or haven't seen it, the format is we get 4 acoustic artists on stage at the same time, and it's kind of a round robin. They do 2 songs, and we just go through, and I think about 4 rounds or so, about 8 songs total for the night for each artist. But it's ridiculous. 1 minute we're laughing hysterically at a song that's just fun and silly and whatever, and then the next we're all just crying, literally crying and hugging each other because it's so
I was
emotional.
sobbing my eyes out there. The last one, I just bawling. It was just something that was pretty close to home. The song was about. Started crying, and then I had to get up and talk to people right afterwards, and I had tears streaming down my face. It's very embarrassing, but I think people kind of appreciated that. That was genuine.
It's good. it's a good event, man. It's
I got to
it's a
say,
really-
everyone was really good last week. It
Yeah.
was fantastic.
Yeah.
So here we are. And this week we have Closer to the Ocean with us. How's it going, guys?
It's going good.
Fantastic.
We have Melissa
Hey.
and Laura
Hello.
and Abby on the end.
Yeah.
Thanks.
ABBY though, not ABI.
That's
Just wanted to
correct.
clarify that for
Yeah.
I won't be that picky.
Diva.
So thanks so much for coming. We appreciate it.
Of course.
Took a minute. You were saying it was like almost an hour to get here, so thank you. Appreciate it.
Of course.
So much. So you've been on before
Yeah.
2 years ago, like September of 2022,
Something like that.
Yeah.
Good to be back.
Yeah, that was nice to have you. So
Cool.
thanks for coming back. I guess the appropriate question in this situation is, what has changed?
We got some new members.
Yeah.
The last time we had my buddy Carlos on with me.
Mm-hmm.
He's no longer with the group, but we have a new drummer, Melly. She's from Peru.
Nice. I love Peru. I've been to
She's a
Peru.
great drummer. And to my left, on the bass, Abby.
Hey,
Just crushing it over there. She's made out of lions.
Hell
Yep.
yeah.
that's me.
Made of lions.
The fearless bass player.
Every band
Awesome.
has one.
Oh, I love that. I'm going to say people are made out of lions all the time now. That's amazing. So for the uninitiated or anyone who didn't watch the first time you guys came on, could you tell us a little bit about the band? How did it all start?
Yeah, I mean, we're original band. We formed in Delray in 2009. We've just been doing it ever since. We have we're big here in South Florida. We love it here in our hometown. And, we're just making music for people that love music and
Hell yeah.
love themselves. And,
The alternative crowd.
and
for sure.
yeah, we're just here to,
The gas station.
from the gas station and to
Wait.
bring people up and to,
Yeah.
that's what music is.
Nice one. Absolutely. What kind of first drew you towards wanting to express yourself in a musical form? How would you say you wound up doing that?
It's like it kind of found me. Like I was just thrown into it, basically.
Yeah.
And then the expression came. It's just
Yeah.
part of it, of start playing something, and then now all of a sudden it needs words and
Yeah.
it needs a feeling. And
I seem to remember, might be wrong, but I seem to remember that. Did you start on one instrument and then you moved over to the other?
I'm a drummer.
That's
yeah,
right. Yeah,
play the
that's-
drums. So
yeah, yeah.
it starts from that, just from a boom, gah kind of situation, and it
Yeah.
turns into a song and with parts and melodies.
wicked.
And
How are you guys? How are you guys recording?
we record right now in a place called Power Station.
Oh
yeah, for
They
sure.
have a Neve board, so we're doing
That's
everything
Sick place.
analog,
Yeah.
super, just the nicest possible quality
Oh,
of stuff.
absolutely. I've done a fair bit of
We
recording.
have a great engineer.
Shout out to Brennan.
Brendan.
Yeah.
Brennan is
It's such a cool
amazing.
place. And I've learned a lot being
Yeah.
there too.
Yeah, and Rob, shout out
Yeah.
Rob.
Mhm.
Totally.
He had some great ideas for us, and we're just open to creative, the process.
Wicked. Doing it at Power Station is a great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. How did you wind up with that? Was it just looking around for studios, or was it recommended? Or?
No, it was a search.
Yeah.
So the good old Google search of what's the nicest way that we can do this where
Yeah.
it will sound like
Well, you can't go wrong with Power Station. Big up to Power Station.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. No, it's a great place. I was actually talking about it earlier. The gear there is crazy.
Yeah.
There's this they have this Fatso distressor that's it's kind of like a type of a compressor, but it kind of saturates it with harmonic distortion, and that I want so bad. It's a piece of outboard
Beautiful.
gear.
Yeah.
It sounds amazing. And they have a JCM 2000 in there like mine, so I feel at home guitar-wise there.
Yeah.
You got him started now. He's gonna be talking
Oh.
gear for the next hour.
Yeah, and that slotted pine that they use for the
Everything is so nice.
There used to be a
That's
studio
nice.
up in there used to be a studio up in Port St. Lucie called Avalon Studios.
Uh-huh.
That was also designed by Tony Bon Jovi, and that place was like a mini power station. It was really cool, and I used to record. The first studio I ever recorded in Florida was there.
Cool.
And then I used to hear about the one in New York and the one
Yeah.
in Fort Lauderdale. And then I went to the one in Fort Lauderdale since then. But I think they closed the one in Port St. Lucie. Either that or it's just something else now. I think it might be acoustics consultants or something like
Sure.
that now. Yeah,
Cool.
yeah. Did he tell you all the story about Tony Bon Jovi?
Of course.
Yeah,
course.
yeah.
I mean, I'm from New
Yeah,
Jersey,
cool.
so
It's really interesting. Well, to save it from being me talking all about it, Can you remember what it was going on with that? Can you?
We've had a couple of
elaborate?
singles there. This was our second one that we did. This one has Abby on it, which
Nice.
she's playing the bass.
Hell yeah!
In that moment, I played the drums on the record.
Mhm.
So that was an experience too of just getting in and being back on my principal instrument.
Yeah.
But
If I could, I would say our best moment there was actually when we recorded The Answer at Power Station, our latest single.
Yeah.
We had all of our friends come in, about like 12 people,
Yeah.
and they all have a part in the song.
We
Where
have
it's like a shout chorus
it's a
sort
vocal.
of thing. Yeah.
Sick.
And we
I
all
love
go,
doing that.
going there. And it's
Yeah.
it's everyone.
they
That's
were
awesome.
amazed. Yeah, they were like, they came in here and they're like, "No way, this is what you guys do." And we're like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
That's so sick.
Yeah.
Did you like video it when they were all there and stuff?
I tried to take some video, but
Yeah.
I only have like a very
Yeah.
small clip. But it's
Right.
in our it ended up in the music video for the single, so it's there, grassroots and all.
Yeah.
Wicked. I always think it's really nice to get your friends on stuff. Did a project recently that had a ton of people on, and it's just like it's a good bonding moment.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
we did like musical chairs where like
Yeah.
everyone
Yeah.
put the headphones down and then we all moved and
Yeah.
they recorded it again. And
Nice.
it came out really cool.
That's
Awesome.
awesome. Did you do it where a couple of people had headphones and then they were counted the other people in, or did you do it where everyone had headphones?
Everyone had the headphones.
Everyone had
Nice.
theirs.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Everybody
Chinese
had a
fire
phone.
drill all the way.
Oh, yeah. Brendan
That's
was
awesome.
in there like, nope, rotate next.
And he told me it ended up being like 21 people. So if I
Oh,
ever
wow.
wanted to do that in real
How
life,
did they even have 21
I would have
pairs
to
of
have
headphones?
21 people on the stage with us.
That's
Yeah.
bananas.
Yeah. It was
21
fun.
pairs of headphones is a lot of headphones. I'm
Well, no,
impressed.
he said like because
Well,
it
no,
was
the
7
tracks.
of us,
Yeah, the
and
tracks.
and he made it into 21 people.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
That's
Yeah, I
it.
do that sometimes. Actually, I was doing that right before we were starting this. I was recording something in there and I did that.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
a second ago. Like
It adds
45
so many
minutes ago.
layers. That
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Totally. I just did it. I went, hey, oh,
Hey,
Yeah.
did all these different hays and stacked them all up. Yeah, yeah. So much fun. Yeah.
Yeah, Justin and I were doing that with the Euphoria album. We were doing like three different. Each one of us was doing like 3 parts, and then we did like another 3 parts. So it ended up being like it was just me and Justin, but it was like 9 or 12 parts or something.
Yeah, sick.
Yeah, it sounds like a freaking choir or whatever,
Yeah.
but it's just us.
Yeah. It's the most fun you can
It's
have.
fun. Yeah,
That's one of the first things I discovered when I started recording was just how much fun it is layering vocals.
Yeah.
It's the best. I used to make big choir things all stay up all night, and when I was an irresponsible man in my early
Yeah,
20s.
Younger days.
now he's an older irresponsible man.
Yeah, exactly. That's true. Yeah.
So
So,
good.
so let's have a little bit of let's get into kind of you guys and your instruments and how long you've been playing and stuff. And let's just sort of go around the room. So like Melissa, what's the story of your journey with your instrument? When did you start playing and stuff?
Well, I started playing the drums when I met Laura, when she started to, she taught me.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
she
awesome.
signed up. She was like, I'll
Oh,
learn.
that's awesome.
What year was
That's
that?
awesome.
That
Well,
was
it
like,
happened to me,
It's a
there's
while.
some Latina like bongos.
She had it,
So
yeah.
Got rhythm.
I always like the percussion.
Yeah, nice.
hmm
Wicked. That's so cool. So, do you have a drum kit?
I did, and I sold them, but I'm getting. So I have some
Slowly
parts
we're
right
getting
now.
there.
Slowly,
Cool.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's they take up a lot of space, drum kits, but they're a lot of fun. I've got like a really little one at my house. One of those ones with the bass drum that's about that big, you know what I mean?
so cool.
Yeah, totally.
Little
Yeah,
hip hop kid.
yeah exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm sure we did it last time, but let's sort of take it right back to the beginning with your music as well. So your original instrument's the drums, but now you're on guitar and singing. How did you pick up the guitar? Like what happened with
I
that?
wanted to be able to play songs with melodies and have it be the song, not
Sure.
just the drum part happening.
Did you ever take any formal lessons, or was that YouTube University?
I just kind of taught myself. I actually bought a 12-string guitar because I didn't know how to change the strings. And I thought that if I broke one, that I would be able to
That is so-
just keep going.
That's so funny. That's one of the funniest things I've ever had.
I developed some really great calluses.
That's cool. It's like, well, it's twice as many strings, so if a break one doesn't matter.
I'm fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Quantity over
Yeah,
quality.
so I had to learn the hard. I learned on a 12-string.
That's cool.
I
And when you did break the strings, on which I'm sure you
made it a while. I
Really?
made it a long time before one broke. I think it was like the high B that broke.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I was like, I'm fine. I'll keep going.
That's one of the funniest things I've ever heard. That's amazing. Because like the irony being that tuning a 12 string and changing strings on 12 strings is like way harder.
Yeah, no, like, the actual like logistics of it was nonsense. Like,
That's so great. They're really
it
good.
made me a good player though. That
Hell yeah. They sound cool as well, 12 strings.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
of course.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. I've never owned one, but I've always enjoyed playing other people's. They're what about you? I mean, when did you learn to play the bass?
Well, it's funny though because I actually started off as a drummer myself too.
Cool.
Growing up, my parents were deadheads, you know, so music was everything in our house. They would bring me to music festivals when I was like 3 years old. You know, music was all we did.
Sick.
And so they're like, pick up an instrument, pick the one you want. And I was always banging on something with something, you know. So when I got into school, I was like, okay, I guess I picked drumming. So I did it for a while. I really liked it. But then I, you know, found other things growing up. And then about 5 years ago, I met Laura and she had her band and they were doing great. You know, I actually saw a couple shows of Closer to the Ocean. I was like, man, this band I love them.
Sure.
And then something happened. The bassist had to, you know, move away or do something. And I was like, well, you know, let me do it, man.
Yeah.
You know,
The thing I
everything
like
was
about
like,
this
"Come on."
band is it's just that proper like punk spirit of like,
Yeah.
I need a member, just learn how to do it.
Yes.
I love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's like.
Oh yeah, well that's basically what happened with Hector. Yeah.
Yep. And that's exactly
Hector
what we
could play
did.
the bass, but he'd never played the double bass until he joined
Yeah,
Gilberty.
upright bass. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know, the bass is the bass. So you pick it up and you get it. And it's the most fun instrument you could ever play.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
there we went.
I love the upright bass. I love every
Yeah.
type of bass. I was teaching a bass lesson today. The what song we were doing? It was called I can't remember. I'll remember it in the second half. But it was from an anime, and it was just the most insane. It was basically like a song's long bass solo.
Cool.
One of those
Love
crazy anime tunes, you know.
Nothing to get people talking like a bass solo.
Yeah.
Right. Right. I love all the memes and everything that are always going around though. Like,
Yeah.
you know, you just bashing bass players.
Yep. Oh,
Yeah.
please. Yeah. As soon as you start playing.
Bass solo.
No, I love it. I love a bit of bass.
Yeah.
Joe
Sting, the Police.
Oh, yeah. Joe Dart. He's crazy, that guy.
Yeah, he's a beast. Do you know that song, I Lost My Treble Long Ago by Wolfpack? It's sick. Check it out. It's awesome. But yeah, cool. So when it comes to lyrical content and stuff like that, where do you find what do you tend to write about?
Anything.
Yeah.
I can find inspiration on a napkin.
Nice.
And I just like
It's handy because you can also write on it.
write on it. Like it can be about anything. It doesn't have to be like if you sit down and try and write something, I feel like you're forcing it, you know.
Yeah.
But if it just kind of comes to you, and even on your phone, you have the voice memos, and something you'll be in the hallway or somewhere, and you just whip out the phone, and it's there.
Yeah.
And then you put them all together.
Yeah.
Are you writing when you're coming up with ideas like that and you're putting them on your phone, are they just lyrics or are they actually lyrics with melodies?
They're lyrics with melodies.
Okay. Yeah. Nice.
Something or
Yeah.
like humming, something like
I can attest to it. I've heard these voice memos on her phone, and it's like
They're nonsense. Yeah.
with words too, though. Like, it's so
With words,
cohesive.
too.
She's a genius.
Well,
That's so awesome.
thanks,
Makes me
man.
very happy. Well, the music's really
Yeah, it's
spectacular.
Oh, thank you.
And I think actually now would be a good time to take a stop and listen to a tune. So yeah, let's break here. We'll have you guys play us an acoustic tune and then we'll come back and talk about it. Sound
Cool.
good?
Yeah, sounds good.
Good.
It's always the middle of the night when I wake up to find that I haven't been asleep at all, and it was all just a dream. Ideas roll to me. Sometimes you gotta let it be. You gotta
Oasis Root Carver Bar is in Seagrape Square on Indian Town Road. And it is a carver bar. If you don't know anything about carver, it's a Polynesian root that you grind up and you mix with water. And it has been in Polynesia for potentially thousands of years. It's an old thing that they used for kind of ceremonial and also sort of leisure purposes. It's meant to be something where, that brings people together. You all take a shell of carver and chink them together and say bula and have it together like that. It's meant to be something to bring people together. It has a kind of an effect, which is, I guess, a kind of a slightly warming effect. It just kind of makes you feel nice. It's not particularly intoxicating. It's not like drinking alcohol. So the atmosphere in a carver bar is sort of like a cross between a regular bar and a coffee house. It's pretty chill in there. You get all sorts of different types of carver bars. Some of them are more like a club, there's sort of like black light and EDM playing, and some of them are more like a cafe. This is one of the cafe type of ones. It's super chill in there. If you're looking for somewhere to, I don't know, maybe go and do some work on your laptop or go and have a chat with friends, it's perfect for that kind of thing. There's a foosball table in there if that's your jam, or baby foot as they call it in France. Yeah, Jim, the owner, is a really cool guy, and he has very kindly sponsored our podcast. So thank you very much for that, Jim. They also do a poker night in there, all sorts of things going on at Oasis Root. Welcome to 561 Music. We have some very exciting news. You may have noticed that the podcast is being hosted from a different place. That place is the 561 Music School and Studio. Justin Hucker has changed the name of his school from Live Music Community to 561 Music School and Studio. We have joined forces and now everything has the same name. The podcast, the festival and the school are now all under the umbrella of 561 Music. If you've been listening to the podcast for a long time, you will know that every week in this spot, we used to do an ad for Live Music Community. Now, Live Music Community has become 561 Music. We are still on North Lake Boulevard, but we have moved to 524 North Lake Boulevard, Suite A, North Palm Beach, Florida. It is east from the old location, and boy oh boy is it an upgrade. We now have a studio that is far bigger and more advanced. Bigger lesson rooms and 3 big spaces for recording bands and practicing. We now offer more opportunities for recording your band and provide more practice space to hone your skills. The heart of 561 Music School and Studio is still tuition. We train both young people and adults one-on-one and also in groups to be real bands, teaching you how to play your instrument not only by yourself but with others as well. We help you learn to write and record a song, how to brand and market your band, how to design and produce merchandise, how to get shows, how to act at shows, how to perform, how to organize tours, how to reach out to labels, the ins and outs of protecting your intellectual property, and much more. 561 Music is a one-stop shop for all your music and performance-related needs. We are also set up to help you record music videos, how to manage social media, how to create content for social media, and everything that is required of a person trying to break into the music industry in 2025. Come by the studio at 524 North Lake Boulevard in North Palm Beach and check out the new digs. We are online at 561musicstudio.com. Fill out the form online and come for your free first trial lesson. We are open daily by appointment or just walk up and say hi. We're here most days of the week from 3 p.m. for walk-in inquiries. Come by. It's just so awesome, this new spot, and we're all incredibly excited to be here.
So everything has the same name now. The school has the same name, festival same name, podcast same name, all the same thing. So,
Which somehow just made it more confusing. I'm not sure what just happened.
I think we got it.
We got it.
But the reason why I bring that up is, at this point, we like to talk about, do you have any advice for upcoming bands, upcoming musicians, just kind of getting into the game? And let's just go around and see, it doesn't have to be sort of sage advice from hundreds of years of knowledge of the industry, just anything, what words you'd give to someone who just started playing,
What words?
Yeah, any advice?
Just, I don't know, have fun, follow your heart. And
Yeah, good.
yes.
Yeah, absolutely, Melissa. What about you, Laura?
Keep going. Keep, creative. Keep it fresh,
Yeah,
yummy.
yeah.
Just keep, people will tell you what they think and that's their opinion and everyone has an opinion.
Yeah.
And if you're gonna do it, like, you're gonna do it anyway. So just keep doing it, man.
Keep doing it. The only difference between a musician and a non-musician is the musician hasn't stopped being one.
No, don't ever stop.
You just got to keep doing it.
They're doing it.
Yeah, exactly. What about you, Abby?
I would say just listen to the people around you. You know, whether it's good advice, bad advice, doesn't matter, because the people around you love you and they want to hear the best from you. You know, so whatever they hear, like, that's what matters.
Well, that's interesting advice, and I've heard it both ways. And I think the truth is actually both of them. It's like a superposition of both of them. You know?
Of course.
Because you got to follow, you know, just do what you're going to do regardless.
Yeah.
But
exactly.
Advice is also extremely helpful.
Still counts, because, you know who loves you and they want to hear the best.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. So music's like, you know, like music's like art. I mean, it is art. And so,
Totally.
And so it's just like art. It's very subjective. So,
absolutely. Definitely.
So when you're listening to the advice of people around you, though, like, take it with a grain of salt.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely.
Yeah, they'll be like, "Oh, you rock," and then they'll be like, "Oh, you ever heard of Three Doors Down?" Yeah, I love Three Doors Down.
Well, that's just, and that's the thing. Like, I have, you know, there's people that'll tell you, like, "Oh, this band's terrible." Are they terrible, or do you just not like that genre of music?
Right.
You know. And I've been guilty of that. I've been guilty of like, oh, I don't really like that band. Well, it's not that I don't like the band. I just don't like the genre of music.
True.
You know, so it's a very subjective
All
thing.
subjective.
Yeah, when I was a young man, I was extraordinarily gatekeepery and judgmental and elitist about music, and I'm not anymore. I'm like the opposite, you know?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Okay, maybe I am. Yeah, sometimes. But I've definitely learned how to... The problem I used to have is I found it difficult to be happy for other people because I was so competitive with it. You know? I found it difficult to just relax and enjoy other people's success and other people's music because I just wanted to do it and be it so bad. You know, kind of clouded my judgment, but I've relaxed a lot.
Yeah.
Life taught you.
No stress.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Totally. Just humbled me somewhat.
And also, like, there cannot be your own success without the success of others around you.
Exactly.
So you got to watch people do well and be happy that it's possible to make it there.
Well, we've talked about before, you know, the definition of success.
Right.
You know, there are those that'll tell you, oh, unless you have a record deal and you're touring the world and you're making $5 billion and selling out stadiums, that you're not successful.
No,
I mean, Ben and I play every weekend. We have a podcast. We put on a music festival. I think we're successful. You know, so you guys play out. You're putting out your music. You're writing all this stuff. That's success.
Yeah.
You know,
I think
like
so
there's nothing to say like what success is.
As long as
Again,
you're
subjective.
happy and you're happy with it.
Yeah, to be happy doing it is
Success is whatever you say it is, basically.
Yeah,
Exactly.
totally.
It's like the realization of like a worthwhile goal.
Absolutely.
Exactly. And it's the journey. And I know it's kind of like a bit cheesy, but I really do believe it that like the thing that what you get is the doing of it. Like the journey is the thing, you know?
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the end, not the beginning, it's the journey.
Yeah.
And if you're not having fun doing it, how are you ever to succeed? You know, if you don't enjoy it, then what's the point?
And you know, that's a story as old as time, as people who've got to a certain point financially or a certain amount of like, you know, fans or followers or whatever, and they're still very unhappy. So, you know, you gotta.
Well, if you're not happy, you can't expect the people listening to your music to be happy.
Yeah, too. You know, the basis of all our music is happy.
I was
we only do happy.
Ben and I would go out and play a Killbilly show, and when I first joined the band about 5 years ago, I would just. It wasn't that I wasn't happy or whatever, but I just wasn't smiling.
Yeah,
and it conveyed a lot.
Yeah.
You know, and so Ben actually said something to me about, you know, you should smile. And now I smile way more than anybody in the band. To the point that people come up to me and they're like, "Wow, your smile's just electrifying. Like you sucked me in with your smile."
Yeah, well, you know, but whether or not it always feels like it, it's show business, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
But that being said, too, like there have been plenty of times where I've showed up. We've set up, we've been ready to play, and I've just been in a terrible mood. I had a bad day, a terrible mood, and I started smiling. And about halfway through the first song, I'm like, everything just went away, melted away, and the day was fine.
It's a psychological fact. You trick yourself into it.
How
the muscles, and because it takes so many muscles to smile that your brain like just codes it as being happy anyway.
Oh, exactly. And they say it like releases chemicals when you're smiling and stuff. Yes, absolutely. Smile and the world smiles with you.
Yep.
Let's not finish that. Let's just leave it there.
Even if I told you and everything, you just
Smile.
yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
What?
Oh, that's actually cheered me up just talking about smiling.
Smiling.
Okay.
Wonderful. So, can you tell us a little bit about the song you released, The Answer, the one that you played?
Well, The Answer, our new single, it's loosely based on, if you're familiar with Hunter Thompson's Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Indeed, absolutely.
It's got like a trippy vibe to it, but at the end of the day, the root of it is being happy and like the goal, like the upward movement, that you watch that movie and you might think it's like miserable or confusing, but really they're on their way to something. They're going there. Whole movie is them getting there and what's going to happen next and the excitement of it, and that's what we were really going for.
That's cool. I love that movie. And I think it's so funny that like the whole stupid QAnon conspiracy nonsense, adrenochrome from that was originally from the book from Brian. So it's it's not even
absolutely.
like, it's so funny that like
Hunter
that's where it all stemmed from.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Sign up for the shit.
You put that much like craziness into anything and some conspiracies are going to come out of it all.
Yeah, we generated our inner Hunter S. Thompson.
We sure did. Yeah, a lot of field research.
Yeah, we had to report on the happening.
So awesome. Yeah, man. And I watched that movie in the real sweet spot of my, should we say, sort of
Great movie.
chaotic part of your life.
Yeah.
party part of my life.
Party.
Mm-hmm.
Drugs.
So you were talking earlier about, you come up with lyrics, you come up with a melody, etc. You put in your voice notes. What's the writing process like? Is it pretty much, are you writing and then sharing with them, or are you guys kind of collaborating? Is everybody kind of putting a little bit of input
I
in?
pretty much come up with it all together, almost finished. But I'd like a little bit of input at the end of just like little things, like words at the end, or things that are like that don't feel quite right in that moment, but I have like the idea. So I kind of come to them with the whole thing, and then we have like the group input, like the mastermind.
Polish it off.
Yeah.
So, does everybody kind of
The mastermind.
put their spin on it?
Especially too, like their parts are kind of subjective to them, and
Right.
kind of comes together like that.
Cool. I love it that everyone has a different thing, that, like, in terms of bands and the way it works. And there's no real answer. It's just however it gets done.
There's no formula really.
Yeah,
There is.
totally.
So, I was going to say, you guys have all known each other for a while now, or?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we go way back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent.
It
Seen a lot, done a lot.
it just showed, like, when we have bands in here, you can always see, like,
Oh, we're like a proper band.
that's what you said, right? There's some bands that come in, it's like,
They don't know each
they're good, but they just,
They're not close to
No
each other.
chemistry.
chemistry, exactly. Yeah. But I
We've
could
gotten
definitely see that with you.
Yeah, we have
guys.
that for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm really looking forward to your set. I'm looking forward to everyone's set. That day, May the 3rd, is going to be crazy.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
It
we're
is.
excited.
It is.
Man, it's going to be crazy.
What time do we have them on? Do you know?
We're on at
1:30.
1:30.
1:30.
Get there early, guys.
Gonna have to have our sunglasses on.
Which
for that.
stage do we put you on? Do you know?
We're on the little stage, I think. Yeah.
Gotcha.
And when you say little, it's not a little stage.
Not
just so
little,
you know.
but, like, we're-
just so you know.
No, we've been.
We don't have any anyway, so we're gonna stand close enough to each other that we should be all right.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. There'll be plenty of
Yeah, we're
monitors
so
and stuff.
stoked.
Yeah.
Man, it's going to be wild.
That was the stage we saw at Third Eye Blind, no?
We love, like, we've been to Sunfest like
Right.
so many years, and
So
like my
many
favorite
times.
band in the world is Third Eye Blind.
It is?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
We've seen them.
Oh,
a couple
no.
I couldn't tell whether you were joking or not. Not in a bad way.
People say
like
that.
them, but,
People say that a lot, actually.
Are you joking?
Suddenly, though, they got kind of popular, which upsets me.
yeah.
Of course. No, he was just saying the gatekeeping nature.
Yes,
of, like,
yeah.
good
You gotta
music.
listen to like the deep cuts, man.
Okay.
Right.
Is it one of those where the first album's the only good one kind of thing?
The first album just celebrated their 28-year anniversary.
Oh, wow.
Red.
God, you're like a real...
Red has like all the hits on it,
Okay.
but the blue is
Blue.
the move. The second album,
Okay.
my favorite album.
Mhm.
I was like, Mom, you got to buy me this album. And I tried to give her money. I was like in high school. And I was trying to buy Eiffel 65 on blue. Da, boo,
Yeah,
dee,
yeah.
da, boo, da. And my mom bought the wrong thing. She
Yeah.
bought the blue Third Eye Blind album, and it's the greatest album of all time.
So this was a mistake. Like
Yeah,
this,
it's a mistake.
Oh my god, I love that.
I wanted
That's
to be
amazing.
65, and I got my favorite band in the world.
I'm blue. Third eye
That's
blind,
what I wanted.
third eye blind.
Oh,
She
what's
actually
your
ended up
favorite
giving that to me. Eiffel 65.
Yeah, I was
one.
driving
It's
to
in my
work one
car
day.
to this day.
She's like, let me have a CD. My iPad's not working or whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, here you go. And she's hungover. It's
I
9:30 in the
was.
morning, and it's like,
The first song I heard, I almost drove my car off the road. I was like, you're kidding.
That's brilliant. Funny. Man, that might be the most annoying song in the world.
but I was in high school. I wanted it. I was like,
Oh.
Mom, buy me this.
Totally. I thought it was cool too. Man.
Did you actually know anything else by them, or was it just that one song?
No, that was the only song.
Yeah, of course.
Well, PlayStation.
But there's bangers on that. There's other songs on that album that are so good.
Did you end up just listening to the CD for like
Oh, I think
Days on
it's,
end on loop?
song 6 is PlayStation, and they spell it out letter by letter. And it's so good. Actually.
STION.
Okay.
I'm now a big fan.
I'm going to go home and listen.
Oh, we're gonna send it to you.
What's the name of the band again?
Eiffel 65.
Eiffel 65.
Eiffel 60.
I don't know why we're still on that.
We got it. I'm going to listen to it on the way home. What have you guys got coming up? What's the next thing for you guys?
We got working on an EP.
Okay.
It's going
Yes.
to be 5 songs, and we're hoping for this summer in June 2025. It's going to be entitled Sure Shots.
Yep.
And we're so excited about it. We've been working super hard on it, and
We're
we're just
sure shots or
Sure Shots.
Oh, that's cool.
And we're just, we're trying to hopefully make the deadline. Hopefully it will be out in June.
It's right
We're
after
confident.
Bonnaroo, so
Yeah.
like no
Oh,
problem.
Is this a self-imposed deadline? Or?
Yes,
Okay.
self-imposed.
It's kind of like All
June
Killer
27th.
It's a cool name, isn't it? Sure shots.
Yeah,
Sure Shots.
yeah, it's going to be like just a mix of everything that we've done in the past couple of years all together.
Wicked.
Yeah.
How often do you guys play out?
Right now, because of the recording, we've
Right.
been focused like
That's what I figured.
online.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now we have our show on May 3rd that
Yep.
we've kind of focused.
What show is that?
It's this huge thing. I don't know if you guys know, but it's called the 561 Music Podcast.
They stole our
Be
name.
there, B Square.
They stole our name.
We've really like kind of shifted our focus to that, and 'cause
Yeah,
we have
sure.
like guitar layers that we should be working on, but now we're focused on doing the festival.
Nice.
So,
Well, we appreciate that.
yeah, we're so excited for that.
Absolutely.
So I have to ask you, because we've had a couple of guests come in and talk about the sets and stuff. Is when we give you 30 minutes, do you feel like, oh crap, like that's not anywhere near
Yeah.
enough time?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Everyone feels like that.
yeah. We had
But-
Mason Pace yesterday, and he's like, I'm just getting going in about 29 minutes.
No, but the cuts are good. We're gonna lead with the heat. We're gonna show them like it's better. I think on both ends.
Yeah.
We cut some of the fat. Not that it was fat, but we cut some of the things that we felt silly about.
What would
And
be your ideal amount of time to play, do you think?
like an hour?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I guess that's
It
that.
takes a little bit to get dialed in.
Yeah, for sure.
Sure.
Yeah, I think I would agree with that. I think, for this kind of thing, it's fun because it's just like, bam,
It's going to
bam,
be
bam,
over
bam,
before
bam.
we even like
Yeah.
are aware that we're
It
out
always
there.
is.
I think if
Killbillies usually plays
yeah.
3-4 hours, so
Yeah,
half an hour
yeah.
for us would be so.
Yeah.
I think
It's
if all
a moment to get
goes well next year, we're gonna space it out a little bit more.
Cool.
More like
Yeah.
40-minute sets, 45-minute sets, and do 2 days.
But we like
Yeah.
a challenge too. We like the idea of like
I-
in and out 30 minutes and
Yeah,
set up and
With the
strike.
30 minutes though, you like just drop your best
Yeah.
stuff, and
Mhm.
that's it.
And
Like,
that's
that's
it.
what you left them with. They're gonna want more.
That's the kind
Yeah.
of band we are. We have like 3-minute songs.
Yeah,
Like, we're
It's a
kind
good
of
way to look at it.
Yeah,
How
they're
long
gonna want more. They're gonna look you
They're
up. They're
gonna look
buy
you
your
up on
merch and stuff.
Spotify.
Yeah,
They're gonna look you up
yeah.
on Apple
You guys have
Music.
merch and everything.
Yeah, we
ready
got
to
some
go?
merch.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice one.
Yeah.
Mason Pace has had some just a crazy array of merch. He gave us a jigsaw puzzle.
Cool. You need that. I need my Mason Pace
Write that down.
jigsaw
Write that
puzzle. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we're gonna get one now.
Forget
In
the
fact,
cup
there is a
puzzle.
Killbillies jigsaw puzzle in existence.
Oh, all right.
James had
One.
We need that.
Yeah.
When James took one of our photos and he had some company make a jigsaw
People
puzzle
love
out of it. I came over to his house one day and it was like on his coffee table built. I'm like, what am I looking at?
Yeah.
It's a picture of us.
Yeah.
Get some hodgepodge.
Yeah.
All right. So listen, thank you so much for coming.
Of course.
Thank you so much for doing the festival. And you
so
guys are
excited.
just such a great band. We're proud to have you on it. And we're really looking forward to it. And And all the best. Just keep trucking.
you.
Get that
Thank
album
you.
out in June.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Looking
Yeah.
forward to
Will
it.
do.
Thank you
Wicked.
guys for having us.
Yes. Thank you for having us.
Absolutely.
You got anything you want to say?
No, man.
All
Fest-
right.
Yeah. Festival May 3rd.
See you
Be
later,
there.
guys.
Take it by the scene, it's what we're doing. Come and check it out.